Most money stress doesn't come from one huge mistake. It usually comes from 5 small habits that slowly keep you in a state of low-level panic, even when you're technically doing okay. You pay your bills, you go to work, but you still feel like one unexpected expense could knock everything over. Imagine the relief of never panicking about rent again. Not because you suddenly became rich, but because you built a few simple systems that protect you. Here's the goal for this video. We're going to walk through 5 common money habits that quietly create stress, and then fix each one with simple beginner-friendly steps. No hype, no promises of overnight success, just practical changes you can start this week. Quick recap before we start: this is about stability, not perfection. You don't need to optimize every dollar. You just need a system that stops small problems from becoming big ones. The first mistake is treating "nothing bad happened this month" like a financial plan. Let me paint a very common scenario. Alex is in his late 20s, works full-time, and feels like he should be past the constant stress stage. His checking account usually floats close to zero, but he tells himself he'll start saving once things calm down. Then one month his car tire blows out and it costs $380 to replace. He doesn't have the cash, so it goes on a credit card. The next month there's a dentist bill, then a higher electric bill during a heat wave, and suddenly Alex isn't saving, he's just trying to catch up. Why this matters is simple. Without an emergency fund, normal life events become financial emergencies. That's where most money stress actually comes from. You start making decisions based on fear, delaying repairs, avoiding doctor visits, or swiping the credit card again just to stay afloat. Here's the simple version: you don't need a huge emergency fund today. You just need a starter buffer that breaks the panic cycle. Step 1 is to pick a number that would make your brain relax just a little. For many beginners, that's around $500. It's not enough to solve every problem, but it's enough to handle a lot of common surprises. Step 2 is to keep that money in a separate high-yield savings account so it's not mixed with your daily spending and at least earn some interest. Step 3 is to automate a small transfer on payday, even if it's only $20 or $30 at first. The win here is consistency, not speed. A common beginner trap is trying to invest emergency money because you feel behind. It sounds smart to say, "I'll just invest it and pull it out if I need it," but markets don't care when your car breaks down. Emergency money isn't for returns. It's for stability. One sentence recap: the first habit that lowers stress is building a small emergency fund and automating contributions to it. Quick reset: if you do only one thing from this section, start that automatic transfer today, even if it's tiny. The second mistake is relying on willpower instead of automation. Alex decides he's going to be better with money this month. On Sunday night he makes a budget and feels motivated. By Tuesday, he's tired from work and orders takeout. On Wednesday he buys something small online because it was on sale. By Friday, he goes out with friends because he feels like he deserves a break. None of these decisions are terrible on their own, but together they quietly undo his plan. Willpower is a limited resource. When your financial system depends on you making perfect choices every day, it creates constant mental pressure. And when you slip once, it's easy to feel guilty and avoid looking at your bank account altogether. Here's the simple version: automation turns good intentions into default behavior. Step 1 is to set up recurring transfers timed with your paycheck, one to your savings and, once you're ready, one to investing. Step 2 is to put fixed bills like insurance, rent, and minimum debt payments on autopay so you don't risk late fees. Step 3 is to create one safe-to-spend number each week. After your bills and transfers are handled, whatever remains is what you can spend without second-guessing every purchase. A common trap here is automating too aggressively and overdrafting. The fix is simple: keep a small cushion in checking and schedule transfers a day or two after your paycheck clears. One sentence recap: automate the boring money moves so you don't have to fight yourself every week. If you're learning, hit the like button to remember these tips. it sounds small, but it helps you come back to them later. The third mistake is ignoring the free accounts that quietly save you thousands over time. Alex hears terms like 401k, employer match, Roth IRA, and HSA, and it all feels overwhelming. He tells himself he'll figure it out later when he has more time. A year passes, then two, and he's still not using any of them. Why this matters is that some of the biggest financial advantages don't come from picking the perfect stock. They come from using accounts designed to give you tax benefits or even free money from your employer. Here's the simple version: start with the free money first, then worry about optimizing later. Step 1 is to check if your employer offers a 401k match. If they do, contribute at least enough to get the full match. Missing your employer match is like leaving about $1,500 free each year on the table. That's money you already earned but didn't claim. Step 2 is to learn the basics of a Roth IRA. A Roth IRA lets your investments grow and potentially be withdrawn tax-free in retirement, which can reduce stress later in life. Step 3 is to look into an HSA if you have access to one through a qualifying health plan. An HSA can offer triple tax advantages: contributions may reduce taxable income, the money can grow, and qualified medical withdrawals can be tax-free. Quick recap so far: a small emergency fund reduces panic, automation reduces decision fatigue, and tax-advantaged accounts give you a powerful head start. Comment below which of these you've ignored before. It helps other beginners see they're not the only ones. Mistake number 4 is the one even smart people fall for. We'll get there in a minute. The fourth mistake is either not investing at all, or investing like it's a casino. Alex finally decides to invest because he's tired of feeling behind. He opens an investing app and sees people online talking about meme stocks and huge gains. He throws a few $100s into whatever is trending. The stock drops quickly. Alex panics, sells at a loss, and decides investing just isn't for him. Why this matters is that investing is one of the most powerful long-term tools you have, but a bad early experience can scare you away for years. The stress isn't just financial, it becomes emotional, and you start believing you always make the wrong choice. Here's the simple version: boring investing is powerful because it's repeatable. Step 1 is to open a Roth IRA if it fits your situation. Step 2 is to choose diversified index funds inside that account. Index funds let you own small pieces of many companies at once, so your future isn't tied to one random stock. Step 3 is to invest on a schedule instead of trying to time the market. Even $25 per week in an index fund grows to about $10,000 in 10 years. That's just an illustrative example and real results will vary, but it shows how consistency beats intensity. A common beginner trap is panic selling during market drops. Markets move up and down, and short-term drops are normal. If your money is for long-term goals, reacting to every dip usually does more harm than good. One-sentence recap: invest in a diversified way, in the right account, on an automatic schedule, and ignore the noise. Quick reset: the goal isn't to be brilliant with investing. The goal is to be steady enough to stay in the game. The fifth mistake is measuring progress only by big milestones, which makes you feel like you're failing even when you're improving. Alex looks at social media and sees people talking about saving $10,000 or paying off huge chunks of debt. He compares that to his own progress and feels like his small transfers don't matter. So he stops tracking them and eventually stops doing them. This creates a dangerous loop where you only feel successful when you hit huge numbers, so you lose motivation long before you get there. Here's the simple version: small wins are what build financial consistency. Step 1 is to track just 3 categories for the next 30 days: needs, debt minimums, and life. This keeps things simple and reduces overwhelm. Step 2 is to set one tiny weekly win you can achieve even on a bad week, like transferring $10 to savings or investing $25. Step 3 is to create a visual progress cue. Picture a split screen of Alex with $0 in savings versus Alex with $10,000 saved. The difference isn't talent. It's time and consistency. Picture your future self thanking you for starting today, even if the numbers look small right now. A common trap is comparing your beginning to someone else's middle. Another is making a plan so strict that you rebel against it and give up. One sentence recap: consistency, not huge milestones, is what turns money into calm. Let's tie this together with a simple starter system you can use this week. Start by building that $500 buffer in a high-yield savings account. Then automate your transfers so saving and investing happen without daily effort. Capture your employer match so you're not leaving free money behind. Invest boringly through diversified index funds in accounts like a Roth IRA or your work plan. And through all of it, track and celebrate small wins so you stay motivated long enough for the system to work. If this helped, hit subscribe for more beginner-friendly finance guides. This video is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. Please consult a certified financial planner for personalized guidance.